then, and Domenico never eats, then it's okay.
I have enough resources in my body.
Okay.
Okay,
How are we? How are we gonna make the crowdfunding work? It's a bit stuck in the 30%.
31% we are.
31%, yeah.
Yes, but I would say maybe the today session should be more dedicated to the directly to the Glocal Camp documentation.
Okay.
Because we spent anyway a lot of days last week for the crowdfunding campaign, and maybe at the end, if we have more time, we can talk about it. So, Jonathan, you started this organization. I don't know if you want to explain.
Yeah, I already opened a folder in Google Drive. Well, maybe we should, because this is a general meeting for CiviWise, no? Since that's what I understood.
No, it was for Glocal Camp, no?
Okay.
I am suggesting
following our work groups and.
Yeah, no, it's just because I think it's always good to start doing a script, a guion.
Yes.
Yes, to know what are the topics we have to talk about, because as Pablo said, maybe we should also talk a bit more about the next steps in our crowdfunding strategy. But one of the points today, I think, should be this Glocal Camp thing that I started, and I wanted to discuss with you. I don't know if there are more things.
Let's say I am opening a Google Doc.
Yeah,
so I write down the list of things we ought to talk. We already have Glocal Camp and crowdfunding, and I will share with you the document.
Maybe we can also take, how do you say acta in English?
15 minutes.
¿Cómo? Acta. Que podemos tomar acta por si, así muy rápido, por si...
Yes, in the same document. Acta, Pablo, how you say acta in English?
You mean minutes? You mean...
Minutes, yes, minutes.
Okay. Well, okay, then we have the crowdfunding thing and the Glocal Camp, post Glocal Camp thing.
Can you share it in the chat?
On Slack, yeah.
Or Slack or what?
So I'm sharing the document on Slack. So we have Glocal Camp.
In the meantime, I can also share with you the folder.
I need permission to access the doc.
Sorry.
Yeah, me as well.
Yeah. Actually,
Oh yeah, Domenico. I just realized an issue. That is that if I go into the CivicWise folder, I can go back and see your full folder of open source politics, which I guess is your PhD or something bigger than CivicWise.
Oh, I think Maria also has a thing.
So I mean, I'm not gonna steal you anything, but it's just that you're aware that I can see your stuff.
I am transparent.
Okay.
I love it, yeah.
Maybe too much. Let's try now the documents. Open.
No, it works for me.
It works?
Yeah, for me too.
Okay.
Where did you put
Yeah.
it? Sorry,
Same thing.
I'm a bit lost. Where do you put the thingy?
yeah, where it is?
On Slack.
Slack.
Yeah.
Glocal
Slack.
General or which one?
Local camp.
General.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Super complex document.
Items. Good.
I don't.
We were all of us waiting for the document. Okay. Should I? Well, if we are going to start from Glocal Camp, maybe I
Moment,
should
one
start
question.
from the folder.
I have one question.
Mhm.
The Glocal camp documentation, do you mean also dividing the work group and how the following of the projects or just the documentation of what came out from the camp to elaborate and ready to publish or to diffuse? Or do you mean also the thing that we should build the work group to follow what came out from the camp?
I think it's related, but it's two different subjects. So
Okay.
one is about get organized the work groups. The first one is more about organize the documentation.
Okay. So we.
I don't know if you want to talk. I don't know if you have a lot of
If
time.
time, I think if you have time to do it, also the work groups
Okay, we can put the work groups.
but I don't know if we have time enough. I mean,
But we will see. We will start and we will see if we have enough energy. Any other stuff you want to add at the list? I added another thing about how we can organize Slack because I have some suggestion about it. So we'll talk shortly about that. So I don't know if you don't have any other suggestion. Maybe Jonathan, you can start with the local camp documentation.
Okay. Well, anyway, the document is there. If somebody has any suggestion, just add it there. I'm going to share with you this folder I already opened. Yeah, I shared it through Hangouts. Let me know if I think it's open and there are no problems.
Maybe share it again on the
Slack.
on Slack at general in local camp.
Okay. Okay. Well, I just opened this folder to organize this work about to documentate everything we did in Glocal Camp in order to prepare next Glocal Camps. Yes. What I did is quite simple. I just opened these two documents in a big folder where we can develop all the work we have to develop. And I just prepared one document called content where I just open it to. The idea is that we suggest here or we organize the content we have to develop in this publication, and then another document like a table, no, tabla, ¿cómo se dice? Que no me acuerdo.
Table.
What?
Table.
Okay, table.
There.
To organize the work, no, in several groups. If you can open it. Okay, then the thing is that we have to be able to communicate everything that we did and everything we are developing to, for example, if we want to organize the next local camp in Valencia, it would be nice to have this document to communicate it to possible, to, for example, the city council, the universities, or some people that could support us. Then the idea, there are many things to do, but we organize, and I don't know if you agree on that, but we organize the work in 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 groups, as you can see in the table. The first one is an introduction with where we could develop the background, why Glocal came. No, we could talk a bit about the civic wise community, about all the work we have been doing before, and then several groups like the civic wise ecosystem core, where we have governance and economy and tools. Then the civic wise ecosystem projects, and then we have many things inside of it. And then I wanted to suggest another group, what is called community, and here we could talk about all this important thing that we built as we know ourselves as the community, and then another group to edit the document itself. And well, that's it. In every single group we have coordinators, collaborators, and then the possible participants. And then I also prepared this, where it is, I cannot find it, but yeah, in the main folder I put the groups folder, and inside of it I just prepared several folders related to every group, and then I copied there this publication model, where we just have the same structure we had for the Diseño Cívico publication, with a work to do it, a short resume, long discourse. And then the idea would be just to tell everything we did in this with these different formats. Then I think we just have to organize ourselves and to start developing it by groups. I don't know if you find that it's okay, these groups of work, or you would suggest any change, but I think it would be important to start not developing.
Okay. When I'm seeing this, at the beginning, the index seems like a very long book, and it should be something very short, I guess. So something that could be given to authorities, and they can read it as a little brochure in a way, so they can go and, I mean, as a PDF, obviously, but a PDF, and that, for example, each of these chapters. So if we go through tools, civic tech, each of them could be maybe a couple of pages showing very graphically, or very kind of like very, very short, what was done in the camp and was the progress. So in a very similar way to what we did in the final presentations, in a way. So I think that we can use much of the information that we use for the final presentations to produce this publication. I don't know what you think.
Yeah, I think it should be something short. I agree, because otherwise nobody will read it, I think. And probably it would be good if we could have a format and we respect it for each group.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What we did for the Diseño Cívico publication, I think, is really useful. The format, we can use the same structure.
Yeah, in fact, I copied. I just made a few changes, but it's the same format. But I think it would be good to, yeah, as we did, to control it. I mean that to acotarlo, we shouldn't make 4 pages for every group. I think it would be good to have, for example, the 6,000 characters or something like that for each group, to make it short.
In Disegno Civico, we all passed the limit with the project. So we can maybe use something similar and be more strict with the...
So, for example, we should put in this table, we could put 1 page, 2 page. I mean, each of the things should be, well, each of the things could be kind of like a spread of 2 pages. So it can be, so you can kind of like open 2 pages and see the intro, open 2 pages and see the background. So that will be two.
No, the thing is that the first, well, the intro group.
So it'll be around, so there's like 17 sections and stuff, well, 16.
But the intro thing is just one section, no? I would say.
I think intro is one block. It's two
Yeah,
pages.
that's what Domenico and I discussed, that maybe the whole intro thing should be just one thing, because one group even, because I wouldn't start developing too much every single part of the intro.
Well,
It would
you
get
should say what is civic wise, because that's
yeah.
never clear when you tell someone what is civic wise. I mean, it's always a bit kind of like so it should be what is civic wise and why the Glocal come.
Hmm, hmm. Yeah, the background thing should be what is TV wise, no, or something like that. That's the idea, I think.
I will take notes.
Then what I see is that the idea with this table was also to see the how many people we are and how the groups are working. And what I see is that, for example, in intro we have nobody yet. I think probably Domenico, you could be part of this group.
Okay.
I could help you also with that. Community, I think in community is very, I mean, everybody that was well, in Glocal Camp, but also the people who was not there, I think uh, we we have many things to say now about the community, probably. And the documented edition, we need people there also.
What are you imagining in community? Just a kind of like a list of people involved, or
No, no. Well, I was thinking about talking a bit more about is these things we were discussing in the local camp itself, about the importance of the community building and all this more human thing, no, behind of it. I think would be very nice and important to talk about the el alcance, no, de la comunidad, y all the work we have been developing, but also the community that we are building. I
yeah.
think
Well, and
is
also, I mean, also give some numbers probably, kind of like we are in 20 countries in 33
yeah.
cities, and we are 200 people or something like that.
Yeah,
And
but
I was
also how we are spread, no? Sorry.
I was imagining something like, well, okay, it's not necessarily to be informal, but like experiences or testimonials of participants or something like that.
Mm.
Also, testimonials from the participants, maybe, I don't know.
It's not bad idea. I like the idea. So it's
Uh, Well, I invite you also. These things we can write them where Domenico is writing in this document, but the document called content in this folder, I open it because I'm sure that we have many ideas and we can write them there in the content. For example, this thing that you, Pablo, or you, Nasha, were saying, I would suggest
Okay.
you to write them shortly in this content document, and then the people that is developing the work is they can
okay,
take these
all right.
ideas.
How can you? Oh, wait, share.
Maybe we should define what is a coordinator, what is a collaborator, and what is a participant. Because I filled the table, but I just
You
did it.
cannot edit that, right? I cannot edit the content.
You cannot edit it.
Mhm.
That's
you
weird.
have to open. You have to open it. You open and you have on the top on the right narrow no arrow. You know, on the
All right.
top.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. Okay. The community. Um,
Donc, so if it's not clear about coordinators, collaborators, and participants, we can say really quickly what is about. So coordinators are people in charge about the work. So they should be responsible that, for instance, if we can decide some kind of final um, um, final date. I don't know how you say that. No. You know, we decide the day we have to finish. It's the coordinators that have to organize the work to have on time the project, so the content deadline. So if we decide a deadline, the coordinator should be responsible on that. And the coordinators work with the collaborators, but the collaborators so they work together, but the collaborators in a way are not the final responsible, but they are working with, and the participants are just someone that maybe help with some specific task. So, you know, they don't think about taking decision, but just, you know, tell me if I have to make an image, tell me how I have to do it, and I do it. So it's not, you know, it's not about, yes, I don't know if that is clear.
Yes.
So the problem here is that, for instance, if we have a work group, for instance, I know I just put my name on intro group. If no one is joining this group, I have to do that alone. For instance, I'm responsible for it.
You hear the campana?
Las campanadas, las uvas.
Yes, the studio is in front of the church. So we can go on now.
So now start the party.
What's the live domain?
So the
Okay. Okay, if the coordinators and these figures are clear, we can maybe start discussing the date to finish it. Is it clear then the different profiles, or I don't know the word in English, that we have in every group?
Yeah, it's clear.
Okay, then I think we should define a date.
I have
But
a question.
But we should find kind of like the layout is going to be the same as the diseño cívico, or what?
We were thinking about taking advantage of everything we already did, and then probably yes, more or less. I would say that yes, maybe we can change a few things, but no, I think it's a good idea just to finish it quick.
Yeah, I agree.
And Danny, you had a question, right?
Yeah, is this document that we are preparing, it will be at the publication, at the book?
No, this is a different thing.
No? Ah, okay.
You mean the civic practices book?
Oh,
Yes, if it's
no, this is
going
different.
to be at the publication also.
No,
Oh,
this is
no.
different. This is just to communicate what Glocal Camp is, because, for example, even in the website of the Glocal Camp is not clear what happened there, no? I
Okay.
think it's very important to start communicating it.
Yeah, but maybe that can be an interesting thing to include in the general civic practices book, resume or short parts of the book of the camp. That can be a good strategy to explain what we do and what is the human community behind all this organization. What do you think about it?
Yeah, that was what I was thinking.
Pablo?
What?
Maria, did you ever think about it to include a resume about a resume of the local camp publication in the civic practices publication?
Well, I don't know.
I don't know. I think it.
You mean a chapter about civic practices within the civic practices book?
Yeah, a chapter about Glocal Camp inside of the civic practice.
Ah, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
a short version, not all the version,
Of
but
course, yeah, we can do it. Yeah, we can do it. Yeah.
like that can be totally included in, or maybe like a bonus with the publication. I don't know how to link both, but I think that can be interesting to present it.
Yeah. Or it can be part of the beginning of the introduction or part of the end. I mean, we could decide about how to do it.
One picture per group, or one picture and one title per group. I don't know.
Well, include every group would be maybe too much. I think it would be ideal to just to kind of have kind of like a very quick, a very short part of the, a very short summary of the Glocal camp. What do you think, Maria?
You listen to me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I'm having some trouble with the connection. Yeah, I would like to say two things. The last one is concerning what you are discussing. I think, yeah, normally we can always adapt the publication. It depends on all the number of submissions we receive. So I think the publication team responsible of this civic practice first publication, because the idea is that there will be other publications, and we could imagine to have a team developing a special publication just about local camp. But this team, I think we are here, Pablo, me, Dani, we can take in account these, and I agree with Pablo that can become or introduction or enhance. Or I would also suggest that maybe the people that are making this resume, they could make a subgroup to submit a proposal to the publication. So it means that there will be a team that is the team of the local camp, and like the other projects, at the same level of the other projects, they will respond the formula of the publication about the local camp as a project, as a civic project. It's an idea, and also because it's interesting to don't put everything in one publication, because then we can do other things, and we can, without being always repeating information. So this is one of my contributions on this topic, and what I would like to see more clear with Jonathan, maybe with you guys, that all these groups, I don't understand if you are wanting to, the idea is to organize the next local camp of October, or if is to organize civic-wise in future, in 6 months, or both. So that's a little bit my question.
It's actually none of them. It's actually collecting. These groups are for collecting what happened in Glocal Camp Paris and making a short. It's actually not a publication. I would say it's more like a brochure explanation of what happened in the civic what happened in the in the Glocal Camp, to then have it as a tool for future Glocal camps. For example, if we go to Valencia, we go to local authorities. We say, okay, this is what happened in Paris, and this is what we're doing. So I mean, this is what we want. And it's also a way so if people want to get involved in the future Glocal camps, it's also a good way to explain what happened in the previous Glocal camp. So what's the Glocal camp about?
About this, maybe that can be interesting to include like portrait, interview of different member, like something really the reflect of the human energy of the local camp, and not just theoretical and drawing.
Yeah, Nasia already proposed that, and we I have just put it in the content.
Okay.
I put, at the end, the community testimonials from people involved in the camp or in civic-wise community.
Okay, I didn't understand. Okay.
So it was probably before you joined, I think.
Yeah.
So yeah, Nasia said that, and yeah, it'll be a kind of like the end of the book, kind of like a picture of people and saying kind of experiences in the local camp. So, yeah, that's a good
Yeah,
idea.
for me, the probably the next local camp will be for sure will be a different, no? We will make different things. We already said what we would like to change and everything. Then for me, from my point of view, this should be something quite quick, I would say. As you said, Pablo, is more like a brochure, I would say, just to tell what happened, and then we will start discussing again how the next local camp should be, no? And we can see what to do. But the very first thing, I think, is to tell what we did and what's going on and what we want to develop in the next one. Or well, maybe even that part is not so necessary, but what we did is very important, and we already started doing it in the final presentation. Then, Pablo, no se te oye, tienes el micro parado.
Sorry. Should we say doing this in 2 weeks
2 weeks.
or 3? I don't know. What do you
The
think,
rest of
guys?
the people.
I mean, it's quite, for me, doing the publication thing is quite fast. It's basically what I think we have to do is put in what we did in the final presentation, putting it in the format of the Diseño Cívico book.
Hmm.
It's that simple. So it should be
But-
something that can
but-
take you less than 1 hour.
Yeah, I think it
1
takes more
hour.
than
Yeah,
it takes more than an hour, and I think maybe I don't know if for everybody of us you had time to reflect if it was the good structure. I don't believe that the structure of Design Civic is the best one. Maybe it just has to be simplified, but. I'm much more agreeing what you were saying, Pablo, in the beginning, that should be something more easy, because like a leaflet, like a newspaper that you go to the city council and you can, in 2 seconds, you go through Glocal Camp. And the format of Design Civic is much more a publication, a civic-wise, another civic-wise publication about Glocal Camp. I think it's too heavy. Nobody will read something more than 500 characters. And I think if we achieve to, I think we have to rebuild this structure to be very easy for the ones who are working it, and then we can say yes, we can do it in 2 weeks. But like it is, for me, it's not possible. It's not. I don't know.
Well, I'm not sure. I'm thinking right now that maybe we should have like two levels of information, no? Because there is already many people that ask me, what you did in local camp, and I mean, there is people that would like to know many things, but this city council thing is different. Or I mean, we should have a first level where we say we tell everything in a very simple and very quick way, and maybe another one what is something more similar to this diseño cívico thing, where if you want to know more about that, then you read the whole PDF thing. Or I don't know, maybe we should start doing this thing, and then later there is a group that works just in this resuming thing.
What
I'm
is,
not sure.
I think what I like on the Diseño Cívico design layout is that there is exactly these two level of information. There is a first page where there is a general information about the project, and after that you have more documentation about the project. So maybe we can do exactly that. We can have both. We can have two documents actually. One document where we have both of them, the resume, the initial abstract with the image and the tweet and the hashtag, and after the more documentation, and one when we just have the first part with up.
Or maybe we can, to make it even more direct. I don't know if it's too much work. I don't think so, but maybe we can put all that super basic and tweet thing directly in the website, and then if you scroll through it, you see directly everything we did in a very short way, and then you can download the file. But that's something we can discuss later. Maybe we can just generate that group that works on this resume thing for later.
I think the website is the following project. So after we did the publication, it would be really, really easy to make a website, and we can create a specific work group to do that.
Can I say one thing? That's the point. We will have the work group running later that have to develop and go deep with the thing that came out from local camp. So if we just concentrate now into a easy to read and um, very good to diffuse documentation, then and also to building up this team that later will take on the work. I mean, for example, I suggest myself for Rural Lab, and of course then I want to go deeper with the Rural Lab. So why don't we try to do this way that already people that wants to go deeper in that works with this thing from the beginning, so we make a fast presentation that is helpful for ourselves to work, and then we go deeper and we make a good publication in a second moment.
Well, I think we are saying the same thing. I agree. I mean, let's just write what we did and that's it. Yeah.
Okay.
And then in this sense, what I would do is to, as we started doing before, to set a deadline, a date.
Yeah.
Since we already did most of this work, I would say, as Pablo suggested, maybe, what do you think? 2 weeks, 3 weeks? What do you think? The rest of the people.
Do we have a layout or not? That's my question. Because if we have a layout, it's very quick. So if we have a layout, we just put whatever information we produce for the final presentation within the existing layout. So that's my. If we have a layout, I can do it I can adapt what we did for the final presentation. I can adapt it in 1 hour and add in the images of the book and all this stuff, and it can be very easy. And in most of the cases, it's just a matter of doing the diagrams and putting them in the.
If we are agree on using the Diseño Cívico layout, we have it, and if not, what I suggest is during the next 2 days, there is a team, the document edition team. I think that team should change or prepare that layout, and then we work on it from now, from the next 2 days. Yes.
Okay. So who is that team? The documentation team.
The thing is that there is nobody there right now. I would suggest that, for example, Maria, you had ideas. Maybe you could work on that team if you like it. I don't know.
Like it.
Otherwise, we can find somebody. I hope, or I can work on it also. But to start with, I would use the Diseño Cívico. Yes, Maria?
Jonathan, I just want to share with Francesco that I think we should optimize and in fact these working groups, I agree, it's my personal opinion, that we should start to launch the working groups, because for me almost what is done in the restitution PowerPoints is done and it's okay. Let's go for the next step. Okay, it's important to give it form and shape and make it more homogeneous, but I really share with Francesco that it's important to launch these working groups to continue to build the civic wise in this next phase. About design, I have different deadlines in the end of this month, and I'm not very interested in going through the layout. So I pass if somebody else is interested.
No se escucha nada, ¿no?
No.
Maria, we lost you a bit, the last words.
Però
No, it was okay. The first thing, are you listen to me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We
Okay,
just
so
missed the
first
last
thing,
second.
it's for me the most important now. It's to launch the groups, the working groups, to build up what CivicWise will be. And for me, I think it's very important for us that are communicating to external what it is, to be clear what we want to happen to CivicWise in 6 months. And personally, I have lots of doubts in my head, and I feel really a need. And for the book, I'm not interested in doing the layout, and I'm a little bit. I have some deadlines until the end of the month, and so I will pass this task.
Okay, then we will find somebody, and if not, I will just do that. But I think to start, well, I will recheck it, but to start, probably it will be something similar to what we did in Diseño Cívico, just to make it quick. And as Domenico said, we already have this tweet and this short version. Then I think we should do something with that. And I also agree that would be very important to start organizing these working groups for CivicWise. I'm pretty sure also about that.
Okay.
But maybe we can just skip, finish this publication thing, and we go to other topics.
Okay.
But yes, Pablo?
Where is the layout of Diseño Cívico?
I put the copy of the document we were using in the groups folder. There is just something. If you can open it and you can check it. I just copied it and delete some parts at the end just to make it more simple.
Where is that? Because I'm a bit lost in the drive now. So.
Well, I'll share it with you now. 1 second.
Sorry, what I understood, what just said Francesco and Maria, if I'm right, is let's work on the groups you, Jonathan, said, and define exactly which is for each group the team.
I think it comes out from the table here, no?
Yeah, it's already in the table.
It's already there, I think.
Down here now, groups
No,
are.
for instance, for the intro, there is no one. I am just alone.
No,
It's you.
For the intro, no, yeah, you're right.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
There is one, Domenico Di Siena.
let's check it. Let's check it. So the intro, I'm alone. So for the rest of the other, so it's okay. So just make a check.
No,
But
we
for
need
instance,
also, but what
Domenico,
we have to do, I think. Yes, Maria?
sorry, Domenico, I don't know what you think, but for the introduction and background and why Glocal camp, these first three, the first four, I would say that we should use what we made to present Glocal camp. So the final, yes. So okay.
Yeah.
You don't do again new stuff. I mean.
Yeah. We just, I think it would be easy, it would be useful to see if now we can define exactly the responsible, the coordinators for each group and the team, and we can go ahead.
Okay.
But I agree, but also at the same time, I think there's a lot of people who is not here right now, and maybe if we communicate it later in Slack, there will be more people, like happened with the Diseño Cívico publication. Then I don't think if we start trying to close this thing right now, we can be 4 hours here, and I think it won't be that well.
And Jonathan, just one thing. Where is the layout? I cannot see it.
I shared it on Hangouts.
Okay.
No te ha llegado, pero
Sí, perdona. Okay.
But you were wanting, Pablo, you are looking for the InDesign layout, or because this is the world layout?
This
You
is
want
the this is the simple.
Oh, okay. So it's a word layout, but the certificate was an InDesign, wasn't
yeah.
it?
Yes, there is
Yes.
InDesign, and normally in CivicWise, in the drive CivicWise, there's a folder of Civic Design,
Uh-huh.
and then there's a Spanish,
Diseño cívico. Yes.
and then it's then I would like maybe Danny, you remember where it was the
Yeah, it's in diseño cívico,
Publicación.
publicación, sí,
because this is
en espacios cívicos.
I know where. Yeah. Well, one second. I think it's in espacios cívicos. Yes.
Sí.
Yeah.
yeah.
1 second.
So, and here we have to take care because it's mixing
Espacios
the
cívicos, maquetación y
maquetación.
luego
I don't know.
Propuesta
Encuentro de
maqueta.
espacio cívico.
I have the PDF here.
The
But
design, I think, the couple ones.
Anyway, no, I just said because I have to leave, but it's just if you share it on Slack, if you share it on Slack, I
yeah,
can work.
this is the one I think. There's a RAR archivo with the letters and all the stuff.
Okay.
I can put it in the Slack later, so no problem.
Okay. Shall we create a Slack channel on documentation, or is it already?
Yeah, I think we should create a channel to just to organize it because it's many stuff. Then I'll create it later or maybe now.
Okay.
And we continue talking about these things there because no, I don't know if you agree, but I think that if we communicate it, we will find more people maybe to work on the layout and these things.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
Okay, then if you are agree, maybe we should define a deadline then, and then that's it, I think.
Yeah.
Do you think it's too much 3 weeks, or it's okay, as you said, Pablo?
3 weeks should be fine, I guess. I mean, it depends on the kind of work that we have to do, but we prepared the final presentation since 2 hours, so about 3 maybe.
First week of July, end of the first week of July, or first week of July, beginning, I don't know.
All right. We can do it to the first week of July, if that's okay.
In the beginning or in the end of the week?
On the 5th, I'm going on holidays, but for a week. But I can do it before then.
So
maybe the Monday 4th would be good. Yeah. Then we have the weekend and everything, and I don't know if you agree. The rest, what do you think?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay, I'll write it here.
Yeah. Okay.
You can put it on the document.
But we should say that all the groups should send the information, the written information and the images 1 or 2 weeks before the 4 to the team that will do the edition. No?
Yeah, I agree. 27. June 27th you propose, or?
We can say 27.
Okay, I don't know if for the rest of the people it's okay. I think we should just do that like that.
Okay, July 4th.
Hola, ¿estáis durmiendo? Okay, then I think this is more or less clear. We just have to communicate everything on Slack. I will do that later. And if for you it's okay, maybe we can go to the next thing we had on the list. I don't have this.
Just one thing. So on the groups, there is some groups that there is even no coordinator. So maybe we should.
You have to say it on Slack and
Yes,
communicate it.
I will communicate it later because I know people, for example, Maje Maria Jesus from Carpedia from Valencia. I think she was working on the layout of Diseño Cívico, and I think she could help us here with this layout again. I know more people that is not here today, but they could help us. Then I think it's better to go to the next thing, and then if you are agree, we work on it later.
Okay.
Okay, then we had the crowdfunding. Yes, crowdfunding campaign.
We have 20. We have just a new contribution. 20 euros more.
Okay. Let me see.
1,732 euros.
Now it's time to spam, actually.
To spam people. I'm starting to be a bit spamming today. I have already emailed a lot of people, but I just got no reply.
I am spamming with Telegram a lot, so I'm contacting any contact I have, asking for contribution. So
Yeah. I just emailed Nesta, and I'm gonna email a few organizations. But the thing is that this organization normally have their own funding scheme, so I don't. It's very difficult. But they give money to this, so I don't know. But I'm gonna try just in case.
what is interesting is that the majority of people that are contributing are actually buying the book.
Yeah.
So now with the layout, which is really interesting, really beautiful, I think.
Muy chulo ese señor.
Yes.
We should try to sell more the book directly, maybe with the students, with I don't know, but we need to know how we can reach these people.
Yeah.
Students, I don't know, teachers, student unions, I don't know.
See, I'm going to share it also with Smart City Amsterdam. I know people here, maybe.
Talking with people and friends, what I am realizing is that a lot of friends, they want to contribute, but they don't do right now, and this is a problem. So it's why I'm saying we really need to spam and ask directly people to make the contribution now, because all the people wait for the last moment, and the crowdfunding campaign, if all the people wait at the end, doesn't work. So we have to insist right now to asking people, please put the money now, because later is too. And there is we were talking with Pablo that we can say as well that people, for instance, can get the book, for instance, in Paris, London, Brussels, Milan, Rome, paying the half of the shipping fee. So for €5 they can get the book. Otherwise, it's 10 euros. So it's somehow is something.
For Spain, it's free, and then for Europe, it's 10. For Europe, it's 10 euros the shipping. But if you are in Paris, London, Brussels, where there is a civic point, we can send a pack to the civic point to collect, and so that we can be €5 the shipping instead of 10. That's the idea. But also, yeah. The thing is that we each of us is already a lot of people. So if each of us can make five or six friends of us to buy the book, that's already quite a lot, because we can get like 200 people to buy the book. So it's just a matter of each of us spamming all our contacts and family and friends to buy the book.
Yes, because we
I've
are.
already told my parents to buy the book. And they said they will.
Yes, I think especially in Spain, which is free the shipping, but everywhere we should do that.
I
Hello.
Hello.
can I share? Once I said, but then I didn't. Do you listen to me?
Yes.
I talk with some of you that could be nice and that I would do, but finally I didn't. It was about tagging people on the Facebook that already answered other books, but this is more to get contributions. These people can also be interested in buying a book. So I don't know if we should do it or not. In a way, I'm not very comfortable in starting to tag other groups. So this is one of my questions. And the other is that, do you think it could be useful to print A5, so A4 divided by 4, to have a small paper, like a flyer, a small flyer with the cover of the civic practices that Pablo presented, and in the other side to speak about, to have the same text of the that we have about the publication and the link to the crowdfunding, and to print it, each of us 50, and let it in some universities, in some cultural institutes.
For me, my experience is that this flyering thing usually works very well. I think could be also a good strategy right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah, we could do it ourselves and try to sell it. Yeah, that'd be a good idea.
Mm. Okay.
If you want, I can. I will propose you a model, a flyer, and then I propose you in the next coming days, and then when we agreed it, each one print as most as it can in the printers, and we start to sharing it. What do you think?
Yeah, that'll be good.
Perfect.
Okay.
Okay. Then more things.
So there is as well the sponsorship part. So if you think there are organization, agencies, practices, some kind of structure that want to be partner, they can have the logo on the book. But I think it's something maybe personally.
No, but I was thinking maybe it sounds stupid, but maybe not. Maybe we should prepare some of us communication thing for this kind of yes, companies or organizations, and then the rest of us we just spread it. I was thinking now that maybe here in Amsterdam we can find there are many organizations quite related to the work we do from Civic Wise. If I contact them or if we contact them from Civic Wise, maybe they could be interested. But I think it would be nice if no if we prepare something to communicate it to everyone.
I can just email you the text that I sent. I made a text just for Nesta, so it could be.
Actually, Pablo, I think the mail is really good. I was thinking, I already forwarded to other people. What maybe would be useful, having an image.
Yeah.
In this case,
I included two images in the
No, no. I think the image of the book is okay. It's really nice, but I think maybe some kind of image that ask for explain this kind of sponsorship. Like in an image, you can have expressed really clear that with this sponsorship you could reach I don't know 1,000 people in the world working on collaborative urbanism. I don't know, something like that. So, really a sort of constructive campaign to just, we are not, with these people, we are not asking for contribution. We are directly proposing a partnership. So some kind of slogan, I don't know.
Actually,
I just copied the email that I sent to Nesta here, so just in case in the minutes. So I don't know then where you can do it.
I think it's really clear, so it's really good, the text.
Okay, guys, I have to leave. So let's do this spamming. And another thing before I leave is just we also need to think about a plan B to negotiate with Goteo in case we don't get the full amount, but we get close.
The plan B is we have to put our money again.
We have to put the money into the 5,500.
Yeah, I think imagine if we need 500 euros, maybe we should have some money to put it just to get the
book. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's the only kind of plan B.
Pablo, before you leave, the problem is this thing of the sponsorships. We should have done it before, because very useful in the crowdfunding. When you start, we have already partnerships that put money. Can we? Are you in measure to discuss Gadero if they can, a part of being already the editor, if they could take part actively also in the crowdfunding campaign, like representing 10% or something, or the partners? Because it's very powerful when you launch the campaign and you say that you have the foundation or a bank behind, and these guys put directly 25% of the campaign. But yeah, it's not very nice to do it with Logadero. That was an idea.
What? Sorry, I don't get it.
What I was saying is that it's really important. What you are saying about sponsorship, we should have it from the beginning. That these people could, when we launch the campaign, they cover directly 20% or at least.
Yeah.
So what I was saying is that because we don't have this special partnership, and we not will have, can we imagine that Lugadero take also parks on the crowdfunding and they could put, I don't know, 10%, or they have friends that, like or the other publishers that are interested in the next Civicwise, but then it's conflicting. I don't know. It will be hard in 15 days to find the foundations and banks and support it. But if somebody can do it, it's great.
I mean, I don't know. The thing is that it might be too late for that. So, I mean, the thing what we do is try to find collaborations and see what happens.
I think it's good to try at least.
Yeah. I mean, I'm gonna start sending emails.
Yes.
Next time we plan it better, but we do it. I'm thinking also maybe contacting. I don't know if you talked about it before. I had to leave for a few minutes. University or local association of architects, engineer, urban planners. Maybe this thing also, because that's where I'm sending it. I'm talking about this here, and maybe there are people interested. because here they have interest.
Yeah.
So
I started translating some things from the poster that Laura had prepared, and I was thinking to use that because we also mentioned the crowdfunding. I don't know. I guess I will start sending more emails and contacting more people, but it's it's in Greek and it's a bit different. So I was thinking to use the poster translated in a way and showing what we do, what I don't know, which are our values, and talking about the crowdfunding in the email. Maybe I don't know. I will attach the poster, I think, but I'm not sure. I haven't decided yet how I should move with that. But it was an idea.
I think it's a good.
I'm gonna leave now because I have another thing to do. So I'll see you.
Yeah.
Next week. Bye. Take care.
Bye.
Actually, I think it's a good idea. I don't know the others, but it's good to have this poster also because you explain how it works.
C'est un poster qui a fait Laura pour sa présentation à Valence.
What do you think, guys?
Yes.
If you have an English version or everyone translating his own language.
Well, it was comfortable for me because it was something that was visually attractive, and it had like in specific points, like what we represent. It was I don't know, convenient.
Okay, if you are doing that, you can. Yes, you can put the right logo.
What?
No, just a joke.
Domenico?
Yes.
Can we speak to the la mairie de Paris or the ville en Extremadura, the cities where we are in contact exactly also with the Design Civico, and ask them if they are not interested in buying like 100 books or 50 books? Are we in measure to ask that very simply?
We can do that. I'm not sure that would be successfully. The problem with the public administration is the bureaucracy. So you should combine them, and after that you maybe should have 1 month of procedures to pay. So this is the problem. And I am really close to the this guy from Pamplona, and he said for us it's complicated to make money on the crowdfunding. I will anyway call him again. I will try again. Try to play this last card that without his help we can get. So, but I don't know. The formality of the public administration is all the time difficult.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm sorry, but I have to leave.
Okay.
So Jonathan,
Yes?
if you open a Slack, or if you do a Slack, a new channel, take care that the name it's really different from the. Maybe I will also rename. I will put publication civic practices and maybe publication civic Glocal camp to really separate the things.
I have a really important proposal for that.
Okay.
Johnny, you can stay a little bit more. 5 minutes.
Okay, but anyway, I think we should finish, because we are almost well.
No, it's really fast. Actually, I think we are multiplying too much the.
Yes, I agree.
So what we can say is that we can back all to the general civic-wise Slack. So we can We can forget Glocal Camp, all these other, and we centralize all the communication on the CivicWise general Slack and create there different channels. So we can use the first two letters to identify the global project. So for Global Camp, we can say G and C, and after that we can put the specific channel, and we can do that for all the communication. Otherwise, it's a mess because we don't know exactly in which kind of which kind of Slack. So I really suggest that that would be useful. What do you think about it?
Yeah, I think it's a good idea because we have many Slacks, and sometimes I get really confused because I don't remember where we were talking about things.
So let's say for CivicWise is CivicWise. So we know that any time you want to search for information, you should go to the CivicWise Slack.
And we should use the forum more a little.
Exactly, we should use as well more the forum.
Because many conversations are on Slack now that
Yeah.
should be translated on forum.
Yeah, I think also you can add the two Slack accounts, the local camp and CivicWise.
Sorry, I didn't understand.
That maybe it is possible to join the Slack accounts. Then you don't lose the channels and the information.
I don't know if it's possible to join two teams.
I think it is.
I didn't get.
It's what Danny is saying is about it to if we can export or join or export the information that is in one Slack to the other. For instance, publication, we have everything in Glocal Camp, and of course, it's something that should be in CivicWise. So there's a export tool, or what Danny is saying, maybe a fusion, but somebody has to go through Slack to see what is possible. You don't think so, Dominic, it's possible?
We can see that, but I don't think so. We can see. I will see that.
If not, Danny, we can make a copy paste of the messages, but we will lose people and we will lose a lot of things.
Anyway, you should know that the Slack, the free version, shouldn't keep the message on the time. You know, you will lose anyway the content.
Okay.
It's why Francesco is suggesting to use the forum, because on the forum we structure the discussion, we can keep the information. Slack is really ongoing information, is really real-time executive information. For more permanent information, we should use the forum. For more permanent information.
Then, just a question. Then, I'll create this new channel in CivicWise, and I called it GC. No, yes, GC brochure, no, or something like that.
Yeah, exactly.
It's okay.
So we can create maybe a Glocal Camp general channel, and after you can create others, for instance, GC, brochure, GC, I don't know. You know what I mean?
Yeah, then I'm going to do it right now. Brochure, do you like this?
If not, we can change it later. Doesn't matter.
Okay.
It's okay, brochure.
But it's nice, Dominico, if you can propose a code like like 3 letters and like what is the base of the post that everybody could adapt their own channels to that.
Yes. We can think about it.
Okay, then I created, but I have to leave you right now.
Okay.
Then see you soon, and I'll write everything in Slack.
Okay. Bye.
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 So now the Work groups, I think it's too late.
Work groups.
Right. So this silence speak.
On its own.
It's too late.
So what we can discuss really fast now is the should we keep this Monday evening for the sessions, Hangout?
For me, it's a good time.
8, it's better, no?
Okay, but
8 o'clock? 8 o'clock, it's better than 8:30, no?
for me, 8:30.
So we keep with
Doesn't matter. I mean, if you fix an time, I get 30 minutes later. I don't know so much.
No, I think if we 8:30 and we keep the session 1 hour, it works.
Yeah.
But we have to be really effective.
For me, it's okay. But the time doesn't matter. We have all the documentation, so I can update.
And actually, I suggest as well that we are now. This is a general actually assembly of CiviQuad. So each Monday at 8:30 we have this hangout to discuss any general matters, not just local camp brochures like today.
Yeah, but now I think that everybody will start organizing themselves in the work suit.
Exactly.
So
Perfect. And just another thing, I think yesterday was amazing.
nice at the end.
It was.
What we did yesterday is something amazing. I was discussing with several people, and we have something to do like with that. Maybe we can create a new format because it was really, really amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was good. But did you think already about doing another one for the last week of campaign? Or
Yeah, maybe the last weekend, maybe we could think about it. We will see. But because in terms of money, didn't work very well.
But for the work fund,
Yeah.
it's okay for the work
But
fund?
in terms of spread our network, get good reputation for CiviQuise, create new connections, it's something really, really good. And
yeah,
we will need more and more that because to get as well actually financing and to get sponsorship and to get money for our project, having this visibility could be really, really useful. So I'm thinking in real money aspect, and there is as well all the human thing that was amazing. People was really, really grateful for the time we spent with them, the attention we gave them, and we can create as well something really powerful because we are connecting with new people that are not already involved on CivicWise, and I think you saw them. They were really, really grateful for our time and to organize that.
Yes, I agree.
So yeah, I would like just to say that because yeah, it was really maybe tiring, but it was amazing. Yeah.
yeah, it was really nice.
Okay.
I will say something. I take this occasion because the 23rd of June we launched the Milan Circle and we want to do a streaming. So the idea was to host. We will have a presentation of what is the ecosystem of Synthwise, and the idea is to launch the network through Milan to build up the Italian network. So we want to know if somebody is interested in being in the streaming, in the live, and participate and maybe present in 5 minutes, 10 minutes project, because that's what we will do with the Saverio from Altamura, that will explain his project. He will be on streaming, and then if somebody else want to join, and it will be good. I think it's a way to spread the network in very local and give an idea of the whole ecosystem and how it works. And also joining for the general explanation of the ecosystem. I mean, just being part of the streaming if somebody wants to say something.
Thank you for the invitation. Yes, that
Eh,
would be nice.
and tell us, and we are going to organize it in the next week to talk about it.
Okay.
Okay, if someone want to come talk with you, Francesco.
Yeah, contact me or the Italian Good Milano circle in Streetwise and write there something and tell us and we organize it.
Perfect.
I would like to share with you also yesterday I thought it was becoming also more clear with me for me that this first publication of CivicWise, the fact that it wants to be open and really it doesn't put people in competition. It means everybody will be accepted. And this change, I think, is changing. People have a problem, but there's not a selection. Okay, there's the deadline. The deadline is the only pressure, but I think it's been a very nice experience to test it, and it already is showing already that is a little bit different from other calls, similar calls, and I think it's nice. I'm happy with it. And after with the civic marathon, it was nice, but I think we have maybe in the next months that are coming, and also about money. I personally, I think it is really important for me to understand if CivicWise wants to become professional or if it wants to stay as a associative and things running under in the end in the Sundays, Sundays, evenings, night, everything. I think the global comms was very important because we were mobilized during 1 week, and it is extremely different for every people that are working and so on. But to get more recognized, we even for the audience, a lot of people we will see us in streaming. But to get the audience, we were 25 in YouTube, 30, and I think it was not good or to do it on a Sunday. A Saturday was already not bad, but doing this in a Sunday is, for me, it's really not strategic and already affirms CivicWise being more or less it turns the targets of CivicWise. I think we have to take care, and I think it's an ongoing reflection, important.
Yes. Say we will work on it.
Okay.
And actually for that, I think the work we will have ahead until the next Glocal camp will be critical and really important to finally achieve this. So okay, if I think now is
Confirmed the next local camp.
sorry.
Do we confirm or we are still?
No, it's confirmed. Yeah, you have. we are already talking with the city council of Valencia.
Oh,
We contacted
For a date, for a fixed date.
The date should be at the end of October, the 3rd or the 4th week of the October, and
Okay.
so now we are talking with the city council, and they are really, really interested on it. So we are trying to connect this event with the civic factory we want to set up on Valencia. So we hope we can share we can share soon more information. And actually the 16th of June I go to Valencia, and we are now working with the city council to arrange an appointment and having this meeting and try to fix more clear things.
Very
No.
good.
And we already have the endorsement of the university. So yes, I think.
Fuck.
Yeah, of course. Okay, so see you next week.
Yes, okay.
Just before to leave, I wanted to share with you something. Doo-doo! Yesterday,
Oh.
class, and that will be an experience for sure. So we will
Nice.
share it with you.
Congratulations.
Great, great.
Grande,
Bye,
grande.
everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.